inside. The DJ's in the parking lot, just trying to survive. Oh, the devil opened a venue, and it's a sight to see. A place where wedding dreams all turn to misery. Locked doors everywhere, can't find a way inside. The DJ's in the parking lot, just trying to survive. Oh, the devil opened a venue, and it's a sight to see. A place where wedding dreams all turn to misery. Locked doors everywhere, can't find a way inside. The DJ's in the parking lot, just trying to survive. Oh, the devil opened a venue, and it's a sight to see. A place where wedding dreams all turn to misery. Locked doors everywhere, can't find a way inside. The DJ's in the parking lot, just trying to survive. Oh, the devil opened a venue, and it's a sight to see. A place where wedding dreams. Well, the devil opened a venue, and it's a sight to see. A place where wedding dreams all turn to misery.
All right. What a great start. I don't know what happened. The music kept like doubling. You guys hear it? It was like doubling up. Oh, what are we doing here? What the hell? It doesn't matter. It's a surprise show. All right. This is bonus shit. Okay. I was supposed to be done. What a great start. Oh, now my audio is doubling. I don't know what happened. Kept like doubling. You guys hear it? It was like doubling up. Oh, what are we doing here? What the hell? It doesn't matter. It's a surprise show. All right. This is. Check. Wow. Okay. I'm not sure why any of that's happening. Sorry. It's a loop. It's a loop. All right, it's working now. But start over. Nope, there it goes again. What's happening?
I'm multiple minutes behind you.
Hold on a second, guys. Is hold on. Damn it. All right, I'm back. Maybe. Is it good? If it's bad, I will reboot. I'll come back. Waiting for the loop to kick in just in case. Maybe the venue's coming against me.
Yeah, the venue's here.
Okay,
You're in the presence of the venue.
I should have looped by now. I should have looped by now. Oh, look. All right. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm going to go. I think we're good. What the shit? Look, there's no doubt about the fact that this is called the shit show, and I just proved it. I don't know what the hell just happened there. That was so weird. That was so weird.
People are getting nasty in the comments.
Huh?
People are getting nasty in the comments.
Oh, it's getting nasty in the comments? This is what happens, VDG.
Spinelli wouldn't have let this happen.
He fucking quit, all right? He quit. He quit while he was ahead. Speaking of, I might end up having a surprise for you guys today. I'm not sure. I know it was cursed. Okay, so we're good. All right, looks like we're clean. I don't know what the hell was going on. Welcome everybody to a special DJ shit show. Thanks for sticking around through all that bullshit. Look, I lost people. I lost 2 people. Like, fuck this guy. I'm out of here. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. We're back. I wasn't gonna do this. I'm done. I should be done. Okay. However, the events that occurred at my weddings this weekend required me to come on here and to use the platform for which I have been given and taken and created to vent and talk about the absolute worst fucking venue in town. It's the worst fucking venue in town. I'm really mad. I made like an AI song for the opening. It was The Devil Opened a Venue. It was great. Anyways, I'll release that to the members. Why does he usually have technical problems? That was crazy. So we'll get into that. I won't be on long. But I do want to share like 2 quick things that I saw that was kind of wild to me. Did you guys see this thing going on? DJ stabbed by exotic dancer in brutal knife attack at a strip club? What the fuck is going on? This happened a couple days ago. Story came out yesterday. This is him. And this is her. Wait a second. That's got to be her. Topless, clothless, with a Santa hat coming after this guy. Now, I know this isn't funny. This poor guy got stabbed, but Jesus Christ. An exotic dancer has been accused of stabbing a DJ, leaving him with a punctured lung. Christ, in a brutal attack at a strip club. DJ Duncan Allen said he was working at Casa Diablo vegan strip club. Hold on a second. A vegan strip club? Whose idea was this? Isn't the whole point? Yeah, isn't the whole point of going to strip club is the buffet and the boobs? I thought that was the whole reason why you go. And you're going there and you're getting celery and carrots and okay. It's in Portland. Oh, that's why. That's in Portland. In the early hours of December 8th, when he suddenly was attacked from behind by Peyton Colby, 29. It felt like a 500-pound man punched me in the back as hard as humanly possible. Oh, my God. So I turned around expecting there to be a huge dude about to fight me, and it was her, and she was standing there holding a knife. Graphic surveillance footage captured her allegedly stabbing. Allegedly? I'm sorry. You don't have to be careful when there's video footage 4 times in the back. Oh, my God. Allen suffered injuries to his hand, backside, and armpit, as well as punctured lung. It wasn't until I went to take a deep breath I felt my back that I realized that that I'd been stabbed. By the time she was out the door walking the street, it was like nothing happened. Just stabbed him and ran out. Why did she go after him? Police found the 29-year-old suspect hiding in the bushes. God, was she still naked with the Santa hat on? With 2 small knives beside her, including she was probably high as fuck, right? She was arrested and charged with 2nd-degree assault. Good. Attempted assault with a 1st-degree weapon. Yeah. Unlawful use of a weapon. What's a lawful use of a weapon? According to the sheriffs, following her arrest, yeah, she pleaded guilty. Good. All right. Well, there's video. This poor guy. I hope he's doing all right. Oh my God. Stay safe out there, people. Getting stabbed at the strip club. The motive for the attack is currently unclear, but Allen has insisted it was unprovoked. He said in the Facebook post that he had worked alongside her, who worked in the club for a decade with no issues. Oh, they knew each other. She was always a little off, but she never exhibited signs of tendencies. She definitely had a mental health crisis. There it is. I think she had intended to kill someone. Oh my God, it just happened to be him. When I think about it, when she was in the dressing room for about 10 minutes, she seemed like she was possessed by a demon. Oh my God. You guys ever been attacked by a crazy naked stripper before? This guy's got credit beyond all get out. All right. Getting attacked by a stripper, titties flying everywhere, hat flying everywhere. This is why you need meat, right? I blame this on the vegan stuff. I blame this on the vegan. If she had some chicken fingers, this wouldn't have happened. You got a hangry naked lady here who's just angry. By the way, what do they got knives there for if they're serving vegan? You don't got to cut nothing. You're just chomping away on celery sticks all night long. Vegan strip club. What the fuck? Oh my God. All right. Second thing, I will give you guys an update on the Phoenix mics. I did test those out this weekend, and I had an issue. All right. Had an issue, but I think I solved it. It's an issue that I had with the Sennheiser and, these mics that their receivers are at the bottom of the mic. And I went up to the guy that was doing the officiating. It was just during the ceremony. And I said, hey, do me a favor. Hold the mic close to your mouth, okay? And then don't hold it at the bottom. Don't grip it at the bottom like this. Just don't do that for me. He's like, all right, no problem. I got you. Guess what this guy did? Held it at the bottom the whole time. The whole time. And we had this issue.
I've ascended these stairs.
Look at the one on the
and I
left.
arrived here at this moment, ready to declare their love and commitment to each other and in front of the world. Today is a celebration of love, commitment, of friendship, of family, and of two people who are committed forever.
Look at that.
Taylor and Seth exchanged private vows earlier today.
Oh, how many of you I was having a heart attack. It went all the way. The crazy thing was I had it up at the front the whole time, full bars. Then as soon as this guy grabs it, it was so low that I grabbed my Evers 8 and set that up and turned it on and had the mic ready to go just in case it went out. I could run up there and hand it to him. So I was watching it. It never dropped out, but it gave me a scare. And after it was over, I went up there and I filmed the receiver as I walked to the front, and I held the mic just to recreate that. Was it because he held it? And then when I was holding it tight at the bottom, it was doing the same thing. When I held it up at the top by the head where you're supposed to hold the mic, it was no problem. Full bars, clean, great. So here's the thing. I'm not blaming the microphone for this, because if I had a Sennheiser, it would have done the same exact thing. It's just the user error. All right? It's the user, the problem. Yeah, well, okay, so the other thing was they show in all the documentation. I'm with you. I've always pointed 45 degrees, but in the documentation, they have them all going up. I'm just doing what they showed. But I'm with you. I always have them. I always got them going out like Martian heads, like Martian antennas, right? But the documentation, I read the manual, and it had them going straight up. I don't think that was the problem. It wasn't the antennas. It was the goddamn guy holding the mic the wrong way. So during speeches, I reiterated, hey, guys, just make sure you hold it in the right spot. And then when they held it in the right spot, it was no problem. I went home. I was super pissed, right? So then I came up with another solution. I did something I'd never done before at a wedding for speeches. I used a mic stand. So for Saturday's wedding, that was Friday. For Saturday's wedding, I set up a mic stand, and I put the mic on it. Now, you don't have to touch it. Just walk up to it and talk into it. Can you handle that? And check this out. Oh, wait, is this the one that's going to work? No, it's got to be this one.
Grew up with a strong faith in the Lord and always knew that it was our foundation when it came to the morals of life.
Look at that.
However,
Mic stand.
we say movie and television quotes that no one else understands. Obsessed over music.
There we go. I was like, all right. I had the dad talking that thing. The dads are the worst, right? There's no chat. There's no like stomach holding. Mic stand right up by the head table. Just hold your notes. I angled it a little bit so they could hold their phone. They walked up. It was great. Did you hear how that sounded? By the way, that was my Evox 12 in that room. By the way, this is the venue I'm about to shit on in about 5 minutes. So mic stand, speeches, dad's talk, amazing. No dropouts, clean sound all the way, full bars the whole time, right? Everything was going great until the last speech. Guess what happened? The guy who does the last speech, pretend this is the mic stand, okay? This is the one I have set up, just like how she's doing it, right? Here's how he delivers his speech, like this. All right, so I'm really excited to be here, and I'm in the back going, what the fuck are you doing? Who talks in the microphone out of their ear? He's sideways, like this. He's talking like this. I just got my first dislike, so if you guys are here, hit the like button, please. I don't know why. I'm just telling a story. So at the end of the day, I was like, there's nothing. What can you do with these speeches, right? I was at my daughter's concert, and 2 dislikes. Oh my god, honey, what the fuck? I'm getting ratioed over here. My daughter's concert, they had a wireless microphone on a stand, and every single person that went up to talk walked up to it and hit and grabbed it off the stand, fumbling around, trying to turn it on. Is this thing on? No. There we go. Oh, okay, here we go. Right? It's a problem. It's just a problem. I mean, I was sitting there going, oh my God, just leave it on and have the sound guy muted, please. It's just mic issues, right? What do you do? It's just part of the game. It's part of the game. And what I think, okay, and we're going to move on. What I think is this. When those issues were happening at the concert, everybody sort of was like, okay, mic problem. It happens, right? When I'm on the microphone introducing people or anytime on the mic, you're sort of like demoing to the group, hey, here's how great this can sound. Listen to how clear and crisp my voice is. Watch me as I articulate clearly through this microphone that is just blended and beautifully, right? So then when somebody gets up there and doesn't know what they're doing, is there a little bit of, oh, it's their, what do you think of that? What would your opinion be that, honey? Amy? That's all right. So I'm saying that if I'm talking in the mic and it sounds good and it's clear and it's going through, but then you hand it over to somebody else and they're, they don't sound good because they're not holding it right. Are you assuming it's the DJ's fault or is it the person that's doing its fault?
The person that's doing it. Because you can see the difference between what the first person did and what the second person did. I would know it's the second person.
All right. So you would hear like, oh, it's really quiet, but that last guy was on. It sounded great.
Well, and it's probably pretty significant difference.
It's a big, when they're holding it down to their belly or when they're talking sideways into it.
Yeah, I would know that.
All right. I'm just letting myself off the hook here.
Somebody said they were going to put barbed wire at the bottom of their mic. That'll work.
That'll work. Somebody did say you had this idea of putting like white tape at the bottom of it, right, to sort of be like, here's the thing though. I mean, I've had these conversations with people. Don't hold it here. Look at me. Oh, thanks, Robert. Just became a member. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Where is that at? Right there. Bam. Hey, shout out to all the members. Bam. But I think even if I put white tape there, they're so nervous. I don't always fully blame these people because they are nervous about speaking in front of them and they just sort of forget everything that you tell them. It happens all the time. Like that officiant too. He was supposed to go down and sort of make the no photo announcement and he walked down, he just stood there. And we're all waiting for him to make the announcement to start the song and start the ceremony. And he just stood there. So me and the planner in the back sort of like, hey, camera, no, camera, no, camera. And Oh, yeah. If we could not have any camera, we're dealing with unprofessionals here. I just want to make sure we don't look like it was our fault. Yeah, that's what I have. The pistol. If that's the one where you squeeze the handle and it goes up and down, that's the one I have there. And every person that was giving a speech, I walked them up to it and I showed them and I had them do it. I said, hey, just lift it up to your mouth and make sure that it's there for you. And they did. They were all like, oh, and they're like, because there's the one where you got to twist at the bottom. Don't do that. Don't fuck around with that with people. They're gonna. Is there anything more? No, I've been there. We're like, it's too tight, or they're trying to get it up and it's up and down and up and down. If that's what that's called, but I think that's what it's called, Mike. The pistol grip. That is the mic stand I had up there, and everybody walked up and just squeezed it and lowered it and talked into it. It was great. It was great. It was perfect. Anyways, what are we gonna do? This is the last one. Let's talk about this fucking venue. Let's get into this venue. I asked you guys on YouTube also, like, hey, who you guys have any venues around town that everyone hates? Overwhelmingly. What's the poll say right now? I have to take a peek. Oh, by the way, I was trying something. I don't know if it's showing up on your YouTube feed, but I do have a super chat goal. I forgot to mention this. I don't know how many people are here. Let me see. Nice. Okay, so 50 people. So if we get a certain amount of super chats in, I think it's 10. 10 super chats at the 20, right? Then I'm going to send somebody here the Phoenix Pro PT 71. That one, the one that's behind me. That one right there. So if we hit our super chat goal right there, I'll pick somebody in the chat. You'll win, and I will mail that to you. Doink. All right. So we'll run that for the next half hour. Only if we hit it. If we're not, it's fine. I'm just trying this idea. I just don't want to pay for it. But anyways, bam. That one right there, lucky winner. We get super chats. Okay. Let's talk about this venue from hell. Hi, Rinks. Hi, thanks. Thanks for being here for the first time. All right. Wrap the bottom of the mic in baby oil. Is that going to just slip out?
I love that idea.
What is this? They're going to wonder where I had that thing.
Ew.
Huh? Oh, I just got my first ew from Amy. All right. I know we're doing all right.
More coming.
So this place is notorious in town for having a whole bunch of rules. This is the place that is the kind of venue. It's like, what's the airline that only runs on Sunday and Wednesday?
Sun Country.
Sun Country or something like that.
But only from certain places.
Well,
Just Florida.
right, but it's the kind of airline where it starts off like $89. And you're like, all right. And they go, well, you got to pay for bags, seats, getting on, sitting, snacks, putting your feet on the floor, stowing, breathing, right? Oh, you want a back to your chair? Well, you're on the bench. You imagine sitting on a bench? They got like a card reader at the bathroom. $18 to pee, $42 to poop. And then you're in there. And then you're trying to get toilet paper. There's another scan there. What the fuck? And you get that one ply. Pay per square. How many squares do you need? I don't know. It's this kind of place. So it's where what I've heard from other couples and people is that they'll charge a low discount and then they charge you for all this nickel and dime stuff, but you've already signed contracts and you've paid non-refundable deposits. So it's kind of like the Lando, this deal's getting worse every time sort of a situation. They charge you per chair that they set up for dinner. So I didn't have a chair. They didn't pay for one for me, right? So there's that. This is the place that charges, and this was 3 years ago, $1,800 to flip the room. So if you want to have the ceremony inside and you want to have chairs and tables and then you want to flip the room, $1,800. And at the time, when I was doing that wedding, that cost more than me. And it was New Year's Eve. If you want to bring in outside vendors, you got to pay because they have an extensive list of people that they don't allow or on their like not allowed list or whatever. I'm sure I'm on it now, and I hope I am. By the way, they share that with clients. So imagine that. So I know that we all have our shit list, but what happens for them is if you book with them, they will give you their preferred vendors, and then they'll show you, hey, here's who we don't like. And they share that, which is why I'm on YouTube right now flaming them. The Minneapolis Event Center. Minneapolis Event Center can go straight to hell and lick my balls the whole way down. I got a second ooh out of Amy. I show up. I'm getting set up. But here's the thing. When you're pulling in, they have one of those half circle ramps, right? That you pull in, you kind of there's cones blocking it off. And this is downtown, so there's no parking. There's no like, hey, pull into the parking lot, just walk up the front door and unload. There's none of that. It's all street parking or ramp parking, and it's snowy, by the way. And it's also like 18 degrees. So I pull up, and there's cones blocking. So I'm like, God damn it. So I have to pull off to the side, and I get out. All the doors are locked also. Every single door's locked. They have every door locked, and there's nobody there to let you in. So you're knocking on the door like a lunatic. Hey, can somebody, and finally somebody comes over and they let you in. Who are you? I'm the DJ. All right. And they don't stay there. And it's like, well, if you're going to lock the doors, have somebody here. So every time I don't gotta, so, I was downstairs. By the way, this venue has 3 different spots they run weddings. So you could be working there and 3 weddings are happening at the same time. All right. 3 weddings happening at the same time. And so I'm downstairs and there's one more going on upstairs, and we'll get to that in a second. So I get everything loaded in and I start setting up. And then one of the managers comes over, and this is my first altercation with these people. All right. So after I'm done, like you guys, I have my cart and I stack all my bags on it. Right. And then I bring that 4-panel white facade that I find a corner somewhere around, and I yoink and I cover it. And my buddy just texted me. He said he saw so that it's nice and clean, right? Out of the way. There we go. So I haven't done this part yet, but I just have my bag. So she comes in and just goes, hey, what are you doing with your cart? Oh. I said, excuse me? She goes, what are you doing with your cart? What are you doing with your cart and your bags? And I said, hey, relax. You're coming in hot. Slow down. Like, you haven't even introduced yourself to me yet. I don't even know who you are. She goes, well, you can't leave this here. I'm like, oh, what's the problem? It's our rule. You're not allowed to have your cart. And then she gets on her phone and she goes, hey, you got to get down here. The DJ down here is doing the same thing. And hangs up. I'm like, what's wrong? Your cart, it's not allowed. You're not allowed to leave it here. I go, well, do you have a closet I can put it in? No, you can't keep it here. What am I supposed to do? What do you want me to do? Well, what I'd like you to do is to get your car back down here and throw it in. And I just started laughing. I was like, that ain't happening. And she goes, well, it's our rule. And I said, well, it's my rule that my stuff stays here. See, this is how this place is, right? It's these irrational, ridiculous rules that they have for vendors that if you're going to say that I can't keep my cart and my bags in the venue, like they wanted them out. They wanted them out. Well, have a nice little place that I can store them in. Because what I said to her, here's what you're asking me to do. What you're asking me to do is to go get my car, which is street parked and paid for. And by the way, I did find a good spot. Hit the like button, please. Who's here? How many people? There's 64 and only 20 likes. Come on. Yeah, let's get that up to 30. You want me to go get my car? I'll lose my spot that I paid for. It's 20 degrees. Drive it back down. I said, and your doors are all locked. And she goes, of course. And I'm like, yeah, but do you realize what an inconvenience that is to everybody here? So are you going to stand by the door and let me in, or am I going to be stuck out there while I go get my car, bring it back, trying to get back in? That's exactly what's going to happen because that's how you guys are here. So you want me to go do and then load my bags, and at the end of the night, re-find a parking spot, pay again, and then come back, go get my car, bring it down, load all my bags back in the venue, pack up, put it back. Fuck! I said, there's no way. There's no fucking way. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. She goes, okay. And just walks away now in a hissy. She goes, you're going to have to talk to the main guy. Bring him down. I said, I'll talk to whoever you want. Send in the president. I'll talk to his sleepy ass. All right, bring him down. I'll figure it out. So I figure this is all done. Right? Thank you, Alex. Appreciate that, bro. Donnie, what's up, buddy? What's up, Will? The rant goes on. Now it's like, I don't have time to deal with this because there's a wedding going on. I have people that I need to, and you're putting me in a bad mood. This is the biggest crime that when these venues do this to your vendors is you're souring the vibe, right? As you can tell, I'm a very petty person. I'm emotional because I'm Italian, all right? You piss me off, it takes a good 2.5 hours for me to cool off. There's only like 2 things that can get me to cool off. Cash, and I'm not going to say the other thing because I don't want my third ooh out of Amy. It's better for me to leave it to your imagination what number 2 is. That's really number 1. Number 1 is that. Number 2 is cash, all right? So, I got that dislike. What the fuck? It's fine. I don't care. So then this guy comes in. While I'm going over the timeline with the coordinator, he goes, are you the DJ? Yeah. Come on, let's talk. Let's talk. Hello, Daniel. He pulls me over. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring you a skirted table. I'm going to bring you a skirted table, and you put all your stuff back there. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm going to bring you a table and then just hide your bag. So we set up a table right next to me. I think I have a picture of it. Do I have a picture of it? Yeah, that's what he sets up. They set that up next to me. They're like, I'll put your bags there. All right. Because I wasn't allowed to put them in this corner because of that door is decorative. So we weren't allowed to do that. Okay. So what I did was I took my cart, fully loaded, fully packed, and I slid it right there, right behind the table, and just the table up against the bags. And I went about my business because I have business to do. I don't have time for this bullshit. She comes back. She goes, what's this? She goes, this looks worse than what was there. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's terrible. That's what you want. There you go. She goes, no, this is no good. And I said, listen, lady, maybe you got time to deal with all this, but I'm over it. I don't give a fuck about any of this now because I got people showing up in 20 minutes. I got to go change. She goes, no. Put it back to where it was. We'll move the table. Put your facade back up. And I was like, she goes, or wait, hang on a second. So then she ended up finding me this spot. This is where it landed. Right there. That's the kitchen door. So they had this nice wooden wall here. And she goes, just put it back there. And I said, is that going to get in the way of your kitchen staff? She goes, no, it's fine. Okay. Why couldn't we just do this from the beginning? Instead of all this dicking around. Thank you, Nathan. Sour in the vibe. Yeah, right? What the hell? So that's where it landed. Okay. Remember I told you that she yelled on the phone? That she's like, oh, the DJ down here is doing the same thing. Well, I was just assuming that upstairs the DJ was going through the same exact thing that I was. That's what she was saying. Like, they won't put their bags. I'm like, and I said to her, like, that's because what you're asking us is insane. I said, this year my 65th event this year. I've never ever in my 6 years have ever had anybody tell me you can't keep your bags here. I could understand if I left them in the middle of the goddamn dance floor or if I wasn't covering them up. But that's what I was telling her. I got a nice, clean way to take care of this. I said, I bought this facade so that it is nice, so you don't have to look at my bags. Well, all of a sudden, my phone goes off. And I'm in a group chat with local DJs. And one of my buddies, Colin, was in the chat. And he goes, has anyone ever played at the Minneapolis Event Center? And I was like, bro, I'm downstairs. He was the one upstairs. One of my bros was upstairs dealing with the same thing. I was laughing my ass off. He's like, are they letting you put your bags there? I'm like, no, they want me to get my car. I told them to fuck off. So they were doing it upstairs. Well, now that I knew that he was up there, yeah, that's it. So Benny's in the chat too. Calling the DJ upstairs. So, oh, is he here? There he is. Third space in the venue was totally empty. Oh my God. Bro, stay on. I know I was trying to get him to come on, but he's in a meeting. So just keep adding shit. Keep adding shit as we go through here. Well, this is him. This is the DJ. But they said, no, we don't have anywhere you. Oh my God. Bro! Unbelievable. This is how they are. This is how they are. So here's what happened next. Probably. I would assume so, Mark. She hid her stuff over by me. That I don't know exactly. They didn't. I don't know because she was all. I was like, let me show you what I do. And she goes, all right, show me. So I pulled the facade out and I set it up. I'm like, isn't that nice? And she kind of was like, huh, yeah, well, let me talk to my boss. I'm like, go talk to your boss. Go fuck off. So now I know that Colin's upstairs. He had a ceremony going on, and I was like, hey, bro, can I pop up? He's like, yeah, come on up. So I go to pop up, and I leave. You had to go upstairs, so I walked upstairs, and then I walked past the door person, and then I walked in. It was right above me. I'd been to this top venue before, and I'm walking through, and I go to the back to go say hi to him. The lady that's downstairs that was yelling at me, she's like right behind me. And I walk up to call. I'm like, what's up, bro? And she goes, what are you doing up here? You're not allowed up here. I was like, relax. I'm saying hi to my homie. It's fine. I was like, what's up, bro? Gave him a hug. And then we started talking shit. He's like, how's my setup look? Because they were doing the same thing to him. They set up that table. He had to stuff his bags under the table, right? Because the last time I was there, she goes, have you ever worked here before? I said, yeah. She goes, well, this is our rule. I go, well, I just tucked my bags behind the door. So Colin, like right behind, there's like this glass door right behind him. Perfect where they store extra tables and stuff. The absolute best spot to store bags. And they wouldn't let him put in stuff there. They wouldn't let me put my stuff there. And now I'm remembering, like I was remembering this last night when I was thinking about coming on here. The last time I was there, they made me tear up where my power cable was. So where you were in the room, the outlets aren't right behind you where they set up the DJ. They're like 15, 20, 30 feet away. So I set it up and I gaff taped the whole thing. And they're like, no, we don't want it there. We want it over on the other side. And I remember that maybe it was a year ago I did this. And I actually did it. I tore up all my tape. And I was thinking the whole time, like, why the hell am I doing this? But tonight, whatever it was, that Saturday, I stood my ground, guys. When they were, it's our rule. You can't. I was like, I'm not doing it. They were treating me like I worked for them. I don't work for you. This place also requires you to have a $2 million liability insurance clause, and you have to add them in as additional insurers. $2 million. Two. No. But they did recently get, oh, here he goes. Benny answered that. Venue's been around for a long time. But they got new owners maybe a couple years ago. $2 million policy. And I remember talking to other vendors like, why are they requiring this? And I really feel like their thought is, if anything happens, sue the DJ. It's so they can wash their hands of the whole thing. So I went on Instagram. Oh, let me finish this story. Because it's not over. So after I went upstairs, I could tell they were pissed off at me for doing that. All I was doing is saying hi. I was up there for 8 seconds. I went back downstairs. They had to let me in, which was the best part. So pissed at me. I got my revenge. And then I sat down to eat dinner. And I was joking with the other vendors. We were talking about this, the photographer, the planner, and I was like, I'm a little worried about my food. I'm a little worried I was gonna get that whole. What movie was it? It was like The New Guy. Did you guys ever see that movie? No. What's the road trip? I think Road Trip, where Horatio Sands, that kid orders pancakes and doesn't want like the powder, so he sends it back, and Horatio Sands like takes the French toast and gets it down his pants and behind and farts in it and then lays it right back on the plate and I was sort of feeling like, oh boy, right? But I'm like, they're not going to do that to me. They're not going to fuck around with my food. But then something happened that never happened before. After dinner was over, that lady walked up to me and she goes, how was your meal? I don't want to hear that. How was my meal? I should have looked to see if the kitchen, they're all like, is he eating it? Because they knew where I was sitting because I had a place card. They knew where I was sitting. Now I had beef and mashed potatoes. It looked all right. I didn't throw up or anything the next day. I'm feeling okay. I think my steak went down someone's pants. I wouldn't put it past the Minneapolis Event Center to put my steak down their pants and then serve it. It was a little extra salty. Oh, I thought that would have got an ooh from her. Right? How was your meal, Mr. Strawn? I mean, that fucked with my head. The rest of the night, I'm like, what the hell did they do to my food? No one's ever asked me that. And I know we're like not on good terms right now. They want to know how my food was. Oh, it's crazy. When I was driving home, I was always thinking about like, oh, Jesus, I'm going to be on a fucking toilet all night. What'd they do to me? Or ate ball steak. All right. Then this guy who set that table up comes up to me. You know, how the rest of the night's going to flow. And how do you want the lights? I said, all right, I'm going to do an anniversary dance. As soon as I start talking about that, drip the lights down. How do they work? Do they fade? Do they dim? He's like, no, they're on strands that go this way. I was like, all right, take mine out, take the line in front of me and the one out front. Leave the one by the bar in the back. It's fine. Just take it down for me. Right? I know. Oh man. How was your meal, Mr. Strawn? And then she just walked away. He ate it. He ate the whole thing. So I told him, after the anniversary dance, drop that down. I go, do you want to just show me how the lights work? Because a lot of times it's, I need you there, ready to go. He's like, no, I'll take care of it. It'll be fine. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the amount of times that I've had that conversation with venues and they drop the ball is like 9 out of 10, right? Rarely. I have one venue in town, a couple in town. I know that they are on it for me. So I had low expectations of this. And of course, as we get to it, and I finished their first dance, the parent dances, and I'm like, all right, we're going to start the anniversary dance. Lights full blast. Okay. All right. And I start doing it. Go down to, 10, 5, 1. Nothing. And like, hey, can I get the lights down here, please? Nothing. So I go up to the bartender. Hey, can you turn the lights down for me? She looked confused. Now, what I gathered from this place oozes micromanagement. Right? I've been micromanaged. I don't know if you guys have been micromanaged before at a job. I have. I had 2 jobs that were insanely micromanaging. One job where I was the head of the department, right? But I had to get POs pre-signed by my boss for any purchases over $100. And by the way, like that was a minimum. That was like it was some huge department. So like $100 limit was I was just always up there doing this, right? Anything I wanted to do, I had to get approved. Any idea I had. If I even wanted to have an idea, I had to get it approved. Hey, I was thinking, whoa, we didn't tell you to start thinking. All right. So this place oozes from micromanagement. The fact that none of the staff knows how to run the lights, that tells me I'm the one that runs the lights. So they finally got the lights down, and it was done. Yeah, exactly. I got 5 bosses, Bob. Five. It was 100% office space. I had 5 Bobs and a Lumberg. But at least Amy never slept with Lumberg. Hell, Lumberg fucked her. Hey, Peter, what's happening? Thank you, Robert, for the other super sticker. We're a little bit away from... So, lots and lots of micromanaging happened. Well, I post on Instagram this situation. And then I just got hit up by I got hit up by so many vendors in town. Like, dude, I refuse. DJs, photographers, planners. A planner told me that you're not allowed to use their water. Oh, let me say this too, and I'm going to get back to that. The bathrooms don't have sinks in them. When you go in the men's room, it's just like 8 urinals, stalls, and then you go, and there's no sink. So then you got to go out, and then there's a shared sink system that the men and the women have to both use. Is that weird? But the worst part was the blowers. So obviously they have the blowers. There's no paper towels, and the blowers were like, I mean, I was like, of course the blowers are. This is the kind of place where they walk around and they sort of like unscrew every other light bulb, you know, to save a buck. So, vendors were water. Yeah, friend was telling me, yeah, they when we wanted to use floating candles, you know, a little jar with water, you put a candle in it so it floats. Said the venue won't let them to use our water. You can't have our water. It's extra. Right? Photographer told me that because the doors are locked, they're trying to get in and out. Her and the bride and groom locked out for 25, 30 minutes. Couldn't get back in. Imagine just standing there waiting to get in. Locked all night. Also, you're not allowed to prop the door open. You're not allowed to prop the door open. They didn't. I bet there's settings on it. It's like on a golf cart, you know, they put the governor on it, you know? Well, you want these things to blow dry your hands. Well, that's giving me another $800. Otherwise, it's just like dog breath. I was under there 5 minutes, right? You know what that does? That just tells people I ain't washing my hands anymore. Well, I'm going to confess something. I've been to places like this where the hand washing situation isn't pleasant or the drying afterwards isn't great. I stopped washing my hands. Why am what am I supposed to do? 30 minutes they were stuck outside. One photographer told me that she was out there and as she was like, you know, they were shooting pictures. So she's telling them, hey, I need you guys over here. I need you guys over. The neighbors started yelling out their window, hey, shut up! You got to park 40 blocks away? There's no parking. There's nowhere to park. I'm over it. I looked at the planner, who was a part-timer there. She was really nice. The planner was nice. I felt bad for her. But I looked at her and I said, just so you know, I'm never coming back. And I won't. Never coming back. Oh, no. What are you talking about? There's microbacteria shit that's blowing onto them. Oh, boy. Well, what are you supposed to do? You got to use your pants. Got to use your pants to dry off? Oh, give me the paper towels. Come on. Come on. Just a nickel and diamond going on at this place. Absolutely Insane. Yeah, here's the thing. It comes down to this. When a venue is treating the vendors like you're the employees or like children, drives me nuts. I think I mentioned this. There's a venue in town now that they're like, we have a no serve vendors policy at the bar. So I want a beer or a glass of wine at dinner. They won't serve me. So I went up to, usually the bartenders are cool, right? And they're like, here you go. Not at this place. And I went up and I was like, hey, I actually forgot, but I went up and I was like, hey, I'll take a beer. He's like, I can't serve you, remember? I was like, oh, fuck you. I just grumbled on my way out. Well, that party ended a half hour early. And I didn't tell the bar. I didn't give them a heads up. I was like, my last song. So they were supposed to be, I was supposed to go to 10:30. It ended at 10 instead. The bride was funny. She was like, can we be done? I just want to put my sweatpants on. I was like, yeah, you got it. So I was like, oh, maybe I should tell the bar or an announcer. No. So I just ended the night. I packed up. I was gone. They're still stuck behind. Why? They won't serve me a beer. I hate that. Don't treat me like a child. Don't wrap me in with disco DJ that showed up and drank all night long and fucked up a wedding. I didn't do it. They did it. Put them on your list. Not me. I'm responsible. All right? And if you don't, then I'll go on YouTube and I'll talk shit. Because that's how this works now. Don't treat me like a child. Don't treat me like a child. Throw in some of your stories in the chat and I'll try to reach out to them. My local venue owner refused my DJ friend the use of their bathroom, citing the bathroom was for the bro. Oh my God. I would have lost it. I would. This doesn't surprise me. This is the kind of place I think that would have done that. The Minneapolis Event Center, I believe, would have been a place that would have done this. Oh, hey, where are you going? I have to use the bathroom. We got a bucket out back for vendors. Yeah, bucket. It looked like that train spotting shit. That toilet that Ewan McGregor pulled himself out of. Looked like that. Some pub toilet. That's unbelievable. See, this is the sign of bad leadership. All right? Let's talk a little leadership, people. And I'm going to talk to you DJ owners. You got multi-ops? Are you doing this? Did one guy screw up and then you make an overcompensate a rule that does everything? America does that. One dumb shit does something. All right. That's it. All right? No, just punish that idiot. Because here's the deal, guys. We're surrounded by morons. Okay? It's just a fact. There's idiots amongst us. They're there. They're loose. They're free. They're in places that we're at. They're amongst us. And they do dumb shit. Sometimes when you have to make a rule. This place also has a rule that they're like the DJ is not allowed in the kitchen. That cracks me up because what that told me is some dumb DJ walked in the kitchen. I bet not to get food. No one's that dumb. Well, or he went in there just to sort of like, hey, what's going on? Like, I've walked in the kitchens before, but only to introduce myself to the catering staff. And I would. If somebody is setting up table, hey, are you the lead tonight? No, that's Linda. She's in the kitchen. Great. Knock, knock, knock. Hi, guys. What's up? I'm the DJ. Is Linda here? Yeah, Linda. Come on. Right. This place. No DJs in the kitchen. Like some DJ walked in and like, oh, these appetizers are, you got any ketchup? I can't stand it. The micromanaging thing drives me crazy. It's why if I ever stop doing this, if I'm ever not a DJ anymore, I'll just start another business. I'm never working for anybody again. I'd fart and wave it towards the employee. You gonna start crop dusting, bro? Who's crop dusting over here? Do you guys have wedding venues ask you to pay a fee to play there? It only happened once. Wait, so you're paying to play? Like I said, I know I've had venues charged a couple extra to have me go DJ because I'm not on their, whatever list. Not preferred, but like there's a couple venues that there's actually a venue in town that also owns a DJ company. And so it's sort of like a package deal. Like you get the venue and you get the DJ, right? But my couple paid to have me come. And I could tell they were irritated by this because I think I told this story. There was somebody there that was like the audio technician. And I remember, she's just following me around. And I just kind of went to her and I was like, are you here just in case I fuck up? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. That was it. Right. So I could tell the owner was frustrated with me, that there just wasn't a lot of like, go along or, hey, let's work together. And it can't work that way. So a venue that treats their vendors like outsiders or a pain when all we're trying to do is do our job and do it well. Sorry. The Minneapolis Event Center. Am I liable for any of this shit? I had a wedding the other day and the motel manager was so rude and disrespectful. I'm never going back. I'm telling you, rudeness. There are some people that own wedding venues that need to sell them. You're not good at this. Or hire a manager that's a people person. You see that in what's the Kitchen Nightmares? The Gordon Ramsay show, right? You got a guy. Not everybody is good at everything. Not every owner and manager is a pleasant people person. It's not really their fault, just some temperaments are different. And I say, if that is the case, then you need to hire a person that is that. If you're the ideas guy, if you're the dreamer, if you're the bookkeeper, if you're the financier, right? You need to stay back behind the doors. Don't come out. No one wants to meet you. You're an asshole. Hire somebody good. Anyone ever swore off a venue and then went back anyway? What made you do this? The money, change of management, cool event. Well, I did have a venue that I didn't like to go to, and then they did have change in leadership, and I thought, oh, let me try it out. And then they ended up adding those extra rules. That's now the place that won't serve the vendors, and then has sound limits that I always blow past. No, I will never ever go back to the Minneapolis Event Center. I don't care if anybody offered me $10,000. I'm not being like dramatic. I'm never going back there. I'm a DJ and photographer, and Event Center charged $80 per extra plug outlet. So I plugged everything to one plug, and I ran out of food. They didn't have enough food for half the guests. Oh my God. $80 per extra plug? Man. Hey, this should be like a warning to us as well. If you're the DJ that does this, you got all these hidden fees. Are you like nickel and diamond people? Don't do this. Maybe you're good at being a DJ, but I'm telling you, this rubs people the wrong way. Yeah, bro, I know. I'm half tempted to start reading some of their reviews online. A lot of it is saying what I'm saying. A venue I played at 3 times is a barn out in the middle of BFE. Is that bumfuck something? I don't know what that stands for, but always tells me the bass is too loud. They're also the venue that went to. Dude, I'm telling you, man, that drives me crazy. You don't own a venue if you have to have noise ordinances. This is a dance. Open up a coffee shop. That's what I say. You're not a venue. You're not a serious venue to me. You are not a serious wedding venue if you have noise ordinances. Now, I don't agree you should roll in with 22-inch, 21-inch, 18-inch subs. I mean, that's overkill, right? But there's no reason that what are we taking? These 12-inch, 15-inch subs? It's ridiculous. My favorite is your setup is over there, points to a 4x4 space in the other side of the room. I'm over that too, bro. So I now have my couple send me in Vibo. I have a spot that says room layout and it's a PDF. They upload it And during our final meeting, I say, let me take a peek at this. And I look at it and I'll say, hey, look, I have a couple things I want to mention. One, you have me on the other end of the room. That's not going to be convenient for getting sound to all places. And two, the dance floor's on the other end. I really like to be up there. Let's work out. And there every time I've bumped up into something, they're like, oh yeah, let's work. Because you know what? They're in charge, so they can tell the venue, hey, we're moving the DJ over here. We got to stop bending over. Yeah, I had that happen too once, man. A venue with one toilet. I was like, are you kidding me? How are we supposed to? The line to the ladies went all the way out to like fucking Wisconsin. I have one venue booked 2 events did the first one, and they have a sound limit of 75 to 80 and said, you can go to 90. All night they were beside me with the neighbor is text. Oh, see, that's it. That's it. So the problem there, Brian, isn't it hard? It's hard to do your job. Now I'm not thinking, what's my next song? Now I'm thinking, is it too loud? You know? You're taking away my ability to effectively govern. The manager came up to me. The other day because of dirty music. We got complaints at the restaurant, and there was no one even in the restaurant, and the dirty song was a request. Yeah, shared spaces. Oh, by the way, I could hear Colin. So the DJ was upstairs. They started their dance while we were doing speeches. So in the middle of speeches, so the manager comes over to me and goes, hey, I need you to turn your speakers up because they're, let's kind of slide. What? Yeah, turn it up because the upstairs is doing they're dancing right now. I'm like, dink, dink, dink. So I turn up. Well, the father of the groom came up to me and goes, hey, can you turn the music down during the speeches? Like, that's not me. That's upstairs. And he was like, oh, okay. And he went and sat back down. So I had that, right? I wonder how many people are like, this fucking DJ. I don't think too many people thought that, but they did. Well, that's not true. I haven't had that. This is the first time I've ever had that issue where they haven't served me. Yeah. Oh, did he drop it? Yeah, he told me he was going to do this. All right, everybody. After you're done here, go over. Spinelli's got a new video out. He's dropping all the details that he's got about the new Evolve and whatever. I will say that from what I'm hearing, probably whatever he's saying is most likely true. So I didn't tell him any of these things, but I've heard stuff. I'm hearing stuff. I actually was trying to make a video happen. It just wasn't able to happen. As soon as this thing is available, I promise you I will get access to it, and I will I'll shoot something. But right now it's not possible. So as soon as it is literally possible, I have things in the work to make that happen. So we'll get a first look at it soon. Okay. Nicholas, question for you, Aaron. What was the product you mentioned that can clean up the scuffs on black speakers? Oh, it is okay. So if you go to that RCF Evox 12 video, I'm pretty sure in the description I put a link to it. It's this it's like this truck bed paint. But what's great about it is it textures. So it's worked great, by the way. And oh my God. If you're still here, I got good news. I got a guest. Are you guys ready? Oh, this is a surprise. Nobody's expecting this. Put your hands together, everybody. I hope it works. Put your hands together, everybody. Let's get him right there. Hold on. We're getting him. It's not camera B. It's one second. It's worth it. There he is. Holy shit, look who it is. Hi, Nick.
Hi. How are you?
It's Nick. He came on. What's going
What's
on,
up?
bro? What breaking news? What's going on? You got some? I'm doing a rant here about a venue. I don't know how long you've been watching. I know you're a fan. I don't know how long you've been watching me talk shit on this venue.
I didn't
that
hear a
was,
second of it. My bad. Because I was too busy. I was making this video, and I got a huge leak today, so my fucking tail's wagging, baby. I'm just fucking sitting here.
Okay, all right. He's tail is wagging. Huge leak. Now I don't want to ruin your video. Obviously, by the way, everyone after this is done, please go over and watch. If you're not familiar, this is Nick Spinelli. You want to maybe introduce
Hi,
yourself
everybody.
to my viewers who might not be familiar with who you are.
I'm Nick Spinelli. I also DJ weddings and yell into cameras. So yeah.
Yeah, he's got a YouTube channel. Maybe you've seen it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, these people don't really know. But anyways, all right. So you got some big news. Is the video out? Did you drop it?
I did just drop the video, so I figured I'd come here and talk in a little more detail real quick and break the news to everybody.
The
video dropped 2 seconds ago, but we could talk about it here. Don't leave the stream. Don't leave the stream.
Stay on, everybody. It's happening right here. And maybe if you got to be here for this, you got to be here. All right. What have you heard, Nick? What can you tell us? Everyone's chomping at the bit. They're drooling. Is EV making a 15-inch column?
It's a fact. It's coming. So we have my sources have confirmed that the Evolve 75M and the EV Evolve 100M is coming out. They're going to announce it at NAMM. They're going to have it manufactured so they can like display it and have people hear it at NAMM and whatnot. They're going to be shipping it in the springtime. So I've heard.
Okay.
This is the 75 is going to be a 15-inch column array. Now the column arrays are going to be bigger too, so because they have to keep up with the bottom sub and whatnot. And then the 100M is going to be an 18-inch sub with a column array. So it's basically the Evolves you know and love if you guys are fans of the 50 or the 30 or whatever, but they're making a 15-inch version and an 18-inch version, the 75 and the 100. So like I said, it's going to be a lot more powerful, everything. As far as, I think a lot of like the DSP is going to be updated. You're going to have the color screen, like similar to like, the ZLX and all that, like all that new technology is going to be in there. But beyond that, it's really going to look very similar to like the 50 and the 30. It's just going to be their big brothers. But they're saying it's going to be very powerful, whatnot. I didn't get a picture, unfortunately. They kind of told me to go fuck myself from the picture because of how big my mouth is. They said, I'm lucky I even got, they're even telling me this. And I said, fine, fair enough, whatever. But I asked, like, what's it look like? They're like, it's literally like, it's very similar other than like the column array on top is bigger. It's going to have more speakers, wider. Like probably, I would have guessed the column array is going to be like 2.5-inch tweeters or something like that. It's going to be bigger and more robust and all that. So
any on the weight, any info on the weight of the sub?
No, I didn't get any info on the weight, but yeah, that's a thing because that's what throws me off. It's like it kind of doesn't make sense to me to make an 18-inch column array. I mean, just buy an 18-inch sub with a top. Like, are we saving pounds? Like, is it going to be more portable than a traditional 18-inch sub? Like, that's where it can be a game changer. And you know what? I think a lot of other companies are following suit too. I think we're going to see. I'm telling you right now, and I didn't say this in my video, but I really truly believe this. I think 2025 is going to be the year of column array. I think every speaker company across the board is going to be dropping all kinds of different size and crazy column arrays all over the place. So, definitely wait to buy until next year because there's got to be some shit coming. Everyone's just chopping at the bit with this shit. I think technology's coming out where they can make them smaller and more like it has to be. There's no way this column array weighs 130 pounds. I think they're figuring out ways to squeeze an 18-inch into these bitches, but still make them portable enough to, where, it's because that's why you use those speakers in the first place,
I would, I don't think EV would do this, but one of the best things that the RCF Evox 12 has are those wheels in the back with the handle.
Yeah. And then, and you can wheel it behind you like a suitcase kind of thing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that is unbelievable that you can just pick it up. And I've moved the whole thing before where I needed just this Saturday. I had to have it on the other end of the room to get coverage. So I just tilted it back and I was like, holy shit, and just wheeled it to where I wanted down. 18-inch sub. You got to feel like that top then has got to be over 7, maybe 8 feet tall, right? In order to accommodate an 18. Would you guys in the chat? What do you guys think about an 18-inch column? No one's doing. That's a flex, bro. That's a flex. Yeah. And I think we were chatting too. It would be cool. I don't know what they're doing, but if it took like an extra 4 months, but for them to be able to connect wirelessly, oh my God, would that be a game changer or what? like what the Wave 8s can do, even if it had a little box. Like, what if EV came up with their own version of what Alpha Theta is doing with the Wave 8, kind of a deal, on the column?
I would shit myself if that happened. I have to assume that it's going to be portable. It's going to have wheels. It's going to be a similar thing like that, or else it doesn't make sense. And I'm also going to have to assume, to be honest with you, that it's going to be an 18-inch. It's going to be a very powerful column array for what it is. Like, it's going to be great. But with that being said, it's not going to bump as hard. There's no way they're going to make the Evolve 100 bump as hard as their like top end, like ETX or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Because why would anybody buy a full size 18 ever again? You know what I mean? So there's gotta be, some kind of a give here. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a step down from a traditional 18 that you bring separate. There's no
Probably
way. Otherwise,
plastic.
it doesn't make.
It wouldn't be wood.
Composite. Oh, it'll definitely be
Yeah.
composite. Yeah. So that's that. Yeah.
And you were saying, like, what's the thing? It's the convenience of not having cables. You don't have to power the top. I lay a sub down, I put a pole down, and I connect it, and I plug one thing in, and I got a full PA. And one of those, now the question, Nick, that everyone's probably thinking, if they do this, what are the odds that you pick one of these systems up and take them to an actual event? An 18-inch Evolve 100, what do you call it? 100 and what? The 105?
It's the 100M. The 100M.
So
Evolve
it's a mixer.
100M.
So there's going to be a
And
mixer.
then Evolve 75M. So.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so
the M
maybe
stands for
we'll have
mixer.
a mixer on there, right? Yeah, that's what the M stands for. Yeah, I don't know. That's what they said. I don't know. Or maybe they'll have two kinds, kind of like how the J8 and the RCF thing. You know what I mean?
They'll probably do both. They'll probably have both black and white, I'm assuming. But is that enough to get you on the column train, bro?
I don't know.
That's enticing, bro. An 18-inch? Come on, even in Jersey. I know you're an RCF guy, but
I got a wedding this Saturday or next Saturday with 350 people. You know what I mean? Like, I still get these bigger weddings, and it's just like, I don't know. I mean, but like to if there's a portable enough 18-inch column array that I can bring with me to gigs, and the smaller 100, 150, up to that smaller rooms, but it still bumps. It's an 18-inch sub at the end of the day. I mean, I'm kind of on board with that. I mean, that's fire. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was always a hater of the Evolve 50. I thought it was underpowered. The 12-inch, like, what are you doing? These DJs bringing them out for every gig, and they know they run out of dick every gig. They know, right? They know, like, they'll use it in a small room with 100 people. It's like, this sounds fantastic, and of course it does. But then they push it. All these DJs got to push it, and they bring it to the 175, 200 person gigs, and they're running out of dick. Peak hour, you try and get on the mic, and you're peaking the whole thing, so you can't even MC during your set. You all know what happens, okay? And I'm hoping, and even back then when the Evolve came out, and I was talking shit on it and yada yada, and EV was sending me anthrax in the mail and everything. I said out loud that if they made a bigger one, they should just make a bigger one. You know what I mean? Like, then there's going to be a huge use for it. And I feel like it took this long because they had to figure out a way to make it portable as well. That's the only way I could think of, Yeah. I mean, it's got to be portable.
Because and on paper it looks sense. And after I started gigging with the Evox 12, I said this in my video, and I'd still stand by it. Every time I've taken them out now 4 or 5 times. Yeah. Those other things are toys. And I'm not talking shit on. I'm just saying, compared to like the amount of clarity, I used one RCF Evox 12 at a venue for about 120 people. One. Now, you might not agree with that, but I got sound all the way to the back. It thumped the whole. I couldn't believe it. One. So
imagine if RCF came out with an 18-inch Evox, huh? That would be crazy. That would get my tail wagging.
So the thing is, I know the new the NLX 14 or whatever is supposed to be the update to the Evox 12, but it's not the same though. It's not a column, because the disadvantage of that is that you still have to power the top. The whole thing about a column is the ease of setup. Sub, pull, top, one plug, in, out. Don't need two to power up 2 different things. Done. I think that's a missed opportunity that RCF is potentially could be falling behind.
But Aaron, if you use 2 subs and 2 tops, you have link cables, right? I mean, you should be, you go to NLFX, hit up Ben Stowe. He will literally make all my shit is I have a power con to power con, so like my sub powers my top, and then an
Okay.
XLR link, and that's it. And they're linked, and the only real cables coming out are coming out of the sub. So you could do that with any setup. You can get those custom made. It makes setup 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Don't ever run separate from each top and each sub. You know what I mean? You can get those you can buy those cables, but then Ben Stowe, they'll make them custom where it's one cable. So the XLR and the power cables combined, and I have
Like a
those
Siamese
links.
cable.
It's fire, dude. Fire.
Yeah.
Cut, like little things like that, you're just shaving minutes off your setup time kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the 515 and the 808s had that combo where the 808 would power the 515, and then you just had to have XLR going into each of them.
Those things are crazy, but there's so much money, man. They're just like outrageous. It's kind of hard to justify for what they are. You know what I mean?
Did you ever take them out?
They sound so good. They're loud. No, but I've heard them out. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've heard them. I've heard Jan I use them. I've heard, you know what I mean? So
Sold them. I got rid of them. I couldn't get them. For me, I couldn't get them to sound as good as what I wanted them to sound. It probably was user. They're not out of the box. Plug it in, roll with it. That's not what these are. But
yeah.
This is huge news, everybody. 18. The 15-inch, I think everybody was sort of anticipating, but going with the 18, it's kind of wild. So
It's
you're
official.
saying, are you going to NAMM? Are you going to go?
I don't think so. I want to go. I just, it's tough leaving the little boy, man. I hate leaving him, and it's gonna be for a couple days, and it'll be a lot. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have all this time off in the winter. You know, I don't have a lot of weddings in the winter time because we're in blizzard country, so. I think I'm gonna sit home and NAMM. I don't know. I should go. I could get the craziest content, and then another thing
Dude.
too is like I don't feel like catching NAMthrax, bro. Like last time I was at NAMM, I caught like the alpha strain of COVID, bro. I was at NAMM January 2020, bro. January 2020. When I say I was dying on the way home, I got so sick from NAMM. It's insane. Like before you go to NAMM, if you go, you got to supplement like vitamin C, like eat a lot of oysters. I don't know, whatever the fuck can help you not get sick. Like do that. Like do that before, like
is it
prep your immune
handshaking?
system.
Is it breathing on? Like, were you seeing people sick at the time? Were they all?
It's not that NAMM is so huge. You have thousands and thousands of people coming from all over the world, like Asia and Europe and Australia and South America. And it's just people from all over the world. So like these people got like bugs that like we never even seen, like where we're at, and then we got bugs they never even seen. And just like everyone just
trading.
They call it NAMthrax. You just trade these like
28
foreign
days
germs.
later.
Yeah, dude, like it's crazy. Like it's really a thing. Like everyone gets sick. Like you gotta like make sure your vitamin D's up. Like do jumping jacks. Like dude, make sure you're prepared before you go there. Because that's back in my head too. Like I got a 2-year-old. I'm like I'm gonna come back with a crazy sickness, and then this, you know what I mean? Like the flu, and I don't know. So
I was thinking about going like for one day,
never say
just
never.
showing up, doing a lap, just shooting shit, and then
you're going to want to stay longer. You're going to want to stay longer, and it's too big, man. You're not going to be able to do a lot in one day. It's just too big. I'm telling you, this is the biggest show you've ever seen in your life. Like, this is insane. It's the biggest. It's huge. I mean, obviously, like, DJ is only a part of it, and then you have all the music shit, like, like drummer, but it's so crazy, too. Like, you're walking around, and you're going to run into the craziest people. Like, every musician ever goes in, like, they'll just have concerts, like, in the middle of everywhere. It's so crazy, man. I don't know. If you're going to go, I would do the full experience, in my opinion. Okay. You know what I mean? Get an Airbnb, stay the whole time, have a good time, let your hair down, like really soak it all in. It's cool.
And then just
you're
prepare
meet a lot
for a
of
week
people
on the couch. Just that's it. That's just
unless
done.
you prep your immune system. I didn't. You know what I mean? I just went in there willy nilly. I was already. It was like it's January, so you're already like this year's February, I think. But at the time it was January. I was already 2 months without sun. Because it got cold.
Yeah.
See, your vitamin D goes down. Like all that
down.
shit matters, I think, because that shit hit me crazy. I was on the plane. I was that guy on the plane, just just coughing up my lung.
So
Everyone's
instantly
just
hit you. You were like done like that. It didn't take a day to fester.
on the
to
plane
grow.
home,
Oh Jesus!
dying on the plane,
Oh.
dying like dying.
I know about
Alpha
the sun
COVID.
deficiency.
It had to have been alpha COVID. Had to have been.
I saturate the shit out of my videos. I have to, like, right? You know what I mean? Like, I just look pale as fuck. Just almost every video it's gray. It's just gray here for 3 straight months. All right, is anybody going? Oh, a little speaker shootout. That might be kind of fun. They do a little speaker shootout out there.
Seriously, right?
Oh man. All right.
By the way, you got your color looking great. You got me looking sick. Go fuck yourself. All right.
Wait, can I?
You
I don't
can turn
think
the
that's on
saturation
your
up a
end,
little
bro.
bit. No, it's not. I use Ecamm too. Okay. You go into the settings.
Hold on. How's that? Wait, I got you. I got you. There we go. All right, it's looking a little better. It's looking a little better. Oh, look, is Nick looking a little nice? There we go. There we go. That's looking a little. You're looking a little too yellow. All right, hang on. Oh, there we go. I did have you fail you.
Unbelievable.
Hey, listen,
Like,
you
man,
come on
Nick,
my show. I'm the star here. I gotta look good. All right,
That's right. And I gotta look like I have AIDS. Beautiful. You're rocking. So how are you and your chest hairs doing, man? How you been? You doing good?
Yeah, bro.
Sorry
Dude,
to come on last minute, but yeah.
No, I love it. Did my last event on Saturday, so I saw you're still going,
cool.
but last gig on Saturday. Have you here? Let's stay on topic here. Basically, I'm not gonna recap the whole thing, but I had one of the worst experiences I've ever had with a venue where they nickel and dime the couple. You got to pay $500 to get outside vendors. They locked all the doors. They didn't let me keep my bags and cart in there. They wanted me to reload it in the car. Just an absolute shit show. So they're on for sure. This is called the Minneapolis Event Center, by the way. Have you dealt with any other venue like the Minneapolis Event Center that are just complete assholes and in the area that you're just done? Just they're calling you Simpson Spinelli.
I have.
John
now I look like a
Spinelli.
Simpson. Leave it. Fuck it. Leave it. Yeah, I literally look like a fucking Simpson. Aaron, to what you call it. Look, this is my venue shit list, and it is huge.
Holy
it is huge,
fuck.
bro. I keep a shit list so I remember little nuances because like some venues really are terrible. Everything from like you can't keep your bag, just micromanaging every little thing, or decibel limits, or terrible setups where they make you set up behind tables, things like that. Like that just there's a lot of venues out there that don't know what they're doing or shouldn't even be having weddings at all. Like they're limiting, you know what I mean? And they never say nothing to the couple or nothing. So I had a venue shit list. And I kind of keep it in my mind. And then, when I'm meeting with a couple or if I have a wedding, like at that venue, I look it up. I remember all the details. And then when I meet with them, I talk to them about it. I'm like, hey, listen, I was there before. Nice place. But this kind of was a thing. Are you aware of this? And like, is there any way? Because like, it just helps me because I just want to do the best job I possibly can. And then I can work with the couple. And that's how I'm able to kind of like, because you can, especially like bad setups. Like, listen, they have me behind tables and I blast these two tables out. And it's just a terrible experience for your guests. They get headaches. They end up leaving early, everything. And it was harder for me to kind of like do what I need to do with the dance floor. I felt more disconnected. Is there any way we can like work on the floor plan together and it always works out. And then if the couple says to the venue, this is how they have to do it ahead of time, you're going to get, they're going to do it. You know what I mean? And all that stuff. And even if it's like a decibel reader and you're screwed no matter what, at least the couple's aware of it. Sometimes they don't even mention it. So like, and then how I handle that, I'm just like, listen, I'm working for you and I don't care if I ever work at this place again. So like, we're going to pretend like we're going to behave, but, I'm going to do what I got to do to rock your wedding. And if they don't allow me back, they don't allow me back. They go fuck themselves. Okay. This is the Super Bowl. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I literally tell the couple that. I said, I'll smuggle a sub in behind my facade. Don't worry. I got you. But just keep in mind, this is a thing. So you know what I mean? I'm going to, whatever. And
do you tell so is your list on Jason's list? Like, will he not book you, or is it just like awareness for you? Like, I just know I hate this place and this is how it's going to go.
There's both. So I think there's only like 3 or 4 venues I won't work at all. Like where it's just literally not even worth it. And if they inquire, we literally tell them that. Like Nick Spinelli won't work at this venue. If you want to know more information, shoot them an email. And they usually do because they're like, oh God, I just like put a deposit down. What's wrong? And then I'll tell them, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is this. And I can't do my job there. It might be a terrible house system that you have to use no matter what, or like the one venue I had a whole video on, I got so pissed at them. We had a ceremony come in. It was on the top of a mountain, up in Jersey, right? On top of a fucking mountain. The ceremony is about to start, and there is literally the most obnoxious rain cloud coming, like a huge storm coming. You could see the rain. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the blurriness underneath. I'm like, yo, it's about to pour in 5 minutes. And the venue's like, nah, we're good. We're going to do the ceremony. I'm like, dude, if it rains, I'm telling you, sure enough, middle of the ceremony, it pours. They didn't have a backup plan for the ceremony at all. So they had to so everything ran late. I ended up having to stay an hour late. All my shit got wet. Some of my stuff messed up. and they wouldn't do anything for me. Like I called their manager, like after everything, I was like, yo, like all my shit got wet. I obviously stayed the hour for free, but like it was because if you would have just listened, you know what I mean? I would literally, like it was 45 an hour before the ceremony, everything. And they basically told me to go screw myself. So like they went on the shit list right away. And like, I literally won't even work there and like stuff like that. You know what I mean? But the other ones, if it's manageable, as long as you have communication with the couple and you remember what's up so you can talk about it ahead of time, you make it work, you know? And that's basically what I do, you know?
They appreciate it. They want to know. And honestly, like I can't wait. I honestly can't wait for me to get an email from the Minneapolis Event Center. I can't wait to get an email from them.
You called him out by name. It's coming, man. I did that a couple times, and that fucking didn't help. I got a few phone calls. I had to take down a video or two from calling out a venue by name because, like,
why they don't have no legal right to do that though, do they?
Well, just no. They can't do shit. Where they can fuck with you is if you have a wedding coming up there. If you have another wedding on the books there, then they can tell your couple like, hey, we don't want this guy in here. Like that's what happened to me, and it was like a kind of important wedding where like, and like you know, so like then I had to kind of like apologize and like make amends. You know, because I called out one by name. It's just tough, man. When you got the live show, bro, you put your foot in your mouth every once in a while, like because obviously it's unedited, but dude, if you don't want to work there, call it out and you never work there again. You know what I mean? Like that's
I'm not on the books. Like, I'm off the books.
So you're good. Then don't even worry about it. Who cares?
I know I'm on their list.
Let the people know.
I'm letting them know. Call them out. And here's the thing. It was because when I said something on Instagram, I had so many other vendors from the area, photographers, planners, DJs, all confirming like, bro, I hate that fucking place. So when I was hearing that, I'm like, all right, I'm not alone. I'm not crazy. It's time to call them out. Trying to call him out, and I'll go to war, bro. We're Italian. We're petty, man. I'll take you out by the knees. All right?
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Listen, some shit's not right, you know?
And because the couple at the end of the day, I mean, obviously, we got to be the professionals and put it behind us and get the job done and work and be professional. But I just didn't want this getting back to them. I don't know if you heard. I was a little nervous that they were fucking with my food. Have you ever? So here's what happened. Get your take on this.
What?
So bro, we had some interactions that weren't pleasant about the bags, and then I went up to the top. So this was a venue that had 3 potential weddings running at the same time. So there's a downstairs and 2 upstairs.
Factory.
Well, my buddy was upstairs, and I wanted to go up and say hi. So I just went up there and was like, "What's up, homie?" And she yelled at me like, "What are you doing up here? You can't be up here. You're not, all that." I was like, "Relax. I'm saying hi to my friend. I'm going to leave." Yeah, she freaked out. Totally freaked out.
Did you like not have a shirt on or something? Like,
yeah, right. I look like them. I'm dressed in black. I got a nice jacket.
What's it matter? That's insane. See, that's dumb micromanaging bullshit.
Exactly. Yep. She's right behind me, standing by me. Like, when are you leaving? Like, I'm leaving when I'm done talking to my friend. Get the fuck away from me. So I had to go downstairs. But then the best part was I was locked out of my venue because they lock every door. So she had to let me in so that I could get back down to my venue.
Oh, control.
Well, then I'm sitting at my dinner, and I'm thinking, my name's there. They know where I'm sitting. They come, they bring me my plate. At the end of dinner, she walks up to me. She goes, "Hey, Aaron, how was your dinner?" She asked me that. Did I have? Yeah. Did I get ball steak? I think I got I got ass steak.
You didn't get sick or nothing, but it was just probably.
I didn't, but I think someone's balls were on my steak.
I mean, I want to put it past them, dude. You never know, man. Fucking people are savages. That shit's freaking crazy. I've had that too. That drives me nuts. Even like a nice venue, well, not even like a mid venue. Me and Santi go. We're going to set up just cocktail hour real quick. We're setting up the Wave 8s up there, and then like the manager comes over like, you're not dressed. Like you need to be dressed. I'm like, the wedding will start for 2 hours. Like, well, she points at the parents that are over there, and I'm like, yo, I've worked at places 10 times as much as this, and they don't say that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is dumb. Like, one guest cannot see you, in a tracksuit. We wear tracksuits when we set up.
They'll be mortified.
You know what I mean? It's like, dude, don't you got that same venue? She goes up to ceremony. I think I talked about this on my show before, but like the same venue, she goes up to I set up the mic and I had everything sound checked. That was good for the ceremony. I had just a handheld that day, and I had the mic muted on the touch mix. She goes up to the mic and's like, "You need to turn this mic up." I'm like, "Excuse me, are you really testing my mic?" Are you really testing my mic right now? Like, it's already tested. I was like, yo, literally tapped on it and everything. So then when it came to toast later that day, I wouldn't start toast until she would come test the mic. I said, hey, yo, you got to come test the mic. Make sure it's good before we start toast. And she just looked at me and walked away. I'm like, yes, good.
Come at me.
I don't want to say her name out loud because it's not.
Do it.
Yeah, this
It's
is
my
a venue.
show.
I
It's
still,
my show. You're all right.
Nah,
You're safe,
I
bro.
still
You're
work
safe.
at this venue, bro. There's someone from Jersey in there that'll rattle. There's a bunch of Jersey rats, bro. That's how I got in trouble in the first place. Nobody watches my videos. DJs watch my videos, and some bitter ass DJ in my market's like, oh man, did he really talk about that venue? I know the owner. Let me go talk to the owner and make him aware of the situation. It's happened every single
No.
fucking time. So I don't name drop no more. Just because if I have to work there again, you know what I mean? Like, it's not on the shit list. It's on the just I need to deal with bullshit list. Does that make sense? You know, there's
So
two
they
levels.
saw, yeah, and they're like, oh, here's how I get a leg up on these guys. I'm going to share
Yeah.
this video as he's talking shit. That's the bullshit, bro. Hey, whoever's doing that, fuck you. All right, that's ridiculous.
Oh, it's crazy. The venue that literally banned me and I had to go and bring a bottle of blue to smooth it over and all that, like the owner of that venue doesn't even have social media. Like, it's one of those old school dudes, like, doesn't even have social media. Like, 1,000% another DJ brought him the video and made him aware of it. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's, you know. Mind your
this is all
business,
avoidable,
okay?
though, if they weren't assholes every now and then. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting on here just to talk shit. I don't want to do that. I'm not a bridge burner. I'm
Yeah.
usually a go with the flow. I'm typically more of a, all right, you know, I'll just grin and bear it. All right, yeah, I can move my cart. But it was my last wedding. I hate this place. I know how they treat the vendors and venue. And I just looked at her. It's our rule that you can't have your bags here. I go, not doing it. I'm not moving. It's staying right here. And you missed it. But my buddy upstairs, they were doing the same thing to him. Because he hit up our text thread. He's like, is anybody playing at the Minneapolis Event Center? They're making me move my bags. I'm like, bro, I'm downstairs. I'm going through the same shit. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Another big thing with venues that nobody talks about is the echo. Some venues have the worst acoustics of all time, and you know, a lot of couples don't realize that unless they attended a wedding there until it's too late. You know what I mean? And that's something there's not a lot we can do about. I will say using column arrays are a lot better with the echo. So if you have a column array option, always use a column array if there's a venue with an echo. But I mean, you know, and maybe supplemental speakers, you get a little Everse or Wave 8 in the back for toast and stuff, and then like turn your subs all the way down so it doesn't resonate and everyone leaves early. But like beyond that, it's just like brutal, man. Like there's venues that have the worst echo of all time, and it's like it's so hard to work there, and it's like you're not as effective. Like it's like the people get headaches, you know what I mean, whether they know why or not. Like I'm telling you, and people end up leaving early. Like there's not much you can do, and it's just I don't know why they don't spend money on fixing that correction. Like
just put those pads up, just dampen the ceiling.
Something,
It doesn't make
hang
it
some
look
fucking
ugly.
drapes, anything,
Yeah.
like anything, just something. There's venues that literally they're like there's nothing, there's zero. It's like and it claps back 10 times. You know what I mean? It's like, don't you want your guests to have the best possible experience? So they're like, wow, yeah, you know, I love that venue. Every time I've attended a wedding there, it was great, and blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people leave with headaches. Like, and I mean, I guess they blame us and not the venue, but still, it's just
and they're looking at you,
know?
like, I can't hear anything. Or they walk up to you like, hey, can you make it sound better? I'm like, sure. Do you have $100,000 worth of wall damperings I can put up or some carpet?
You know?
You can't put
It's not even that
cement floor
much.
down. Yeah, no, I know.
It's not even that much. There's things they could do.
Easy.
Yeah, like,
And then it goes back to, have I DJ'd yet? You know, like I've spent all my time setting up speakers all around the room because I got to get that heard. Hey, by the way, I took your idea. I know you do mic stand during speeches, right?
I do, for the most part. Yeah, depending.
What happens if you have a longer table? Like, it worked at a sweetheart table, but let's say you have a long table.
Yeah, it doesn't work there.
Yeah,
that's tough, man. That's the only time I won't do it. Yeah, I know you guys in the Midwest still kind of do that a little more than us. It's very rare over here, but if you have like a head table where it's like, you know, wedding party sitting there too, it's tough there. You kind of got to hand the mic off, you know what I mean? Because there's nowhere. They basically just stand up where they're at, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It kind of works best where if it's either side of the sweetheart table.
Hey, did you
with the head tables.
You pick up your mug yet, Nick? Did you pick up your mug? Now available.
You owe me commission. I fucking made that up.
I know. You should get 5%. The only problem is
I need
I only get
5%.
like 8%. I only get 8% of this, so it's not like I'm clean. What do you got there?
I want 1% to the big guy. Golden Girls. No, I don't have merch.
Nice.
I need to get merch. You know what sucks, man, is that like my only really thing that I could throw on a T-shirt that I feel like would be fire. Like I'm not gonna put like Nick Spinelli on a T-shirt. Like who the fuck would buy that? But like the only thing I could put on a T-shirt that would be fire would be like every wedding's a Super Bowl. But like Roger Goodell would like break down my door and kick me in the like. There would be no like you can't even use the word Super Bowl in like in a party advertisement. If you ever notice, like if there's a Super Bowl party, like for the Super Bowl, it's always the big game. You know what I mean? It's not like
it's
so like
right?
I can't.
It's the word
crazy trademark, and they fucking enforce that shit. Like apparently they're nuts about it. You know what I mean? So there's no way I could do that. So it's like I don't know. I don't got no
every
merch.
wedding
Need
you
merch.
got to change it. Then every wedding is the big
Game 7.
container.
That's my other
It's the
one.
big container.
Every wedding's Game 7.
Game 7.
I don't know. Yeah, fire merch though. I like it, bro.
Yeah, I got
Very
some
nice. Look at you.
hoodies. I have one that says "Have I DJ'd yet?" Because that was like a rant I went on in a video, and it was like that was because I agree with you. I'm not gonna put my fucking name or my face on something. I'm just gonna wear that shit.
I just don't. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But little quick little I think shit like that's funny.
Little
You're
something.
smart, man. Make me want to do some merch this winter.
I was gonna give away Phoenix PTU, but I had to hit a certain super chat amount. We did not hit the goal. It's all right. Just trying it out. You have you ever tried the Phoenix before? I know you sent me a little hate on the channel. Did you ever try them out?
Yeah. No, never.
No, you won't.
They hit me up, and for a second I was hitting them back, and I was like, oh, maybe I can. I was like, you know what? No, actually, no. Why am I gonna do that? My airspace is too busy out here, man. I can't be using anything like that. I mean, maybe it'll work great, but I'm not risking it for the biscuit, man. It's bananas. Yeah. Like my airspace is so busy here. Every single time I hook up my shit and I turn on my mics at a gig, they already have signals. You ever experienced that? I'm talking every single wedding I go to. When I turn my mic receivers on, I usually have full bars or at least 4 bars just already. My mics aren't on. It's just the receivers are on because it just picks something else up in the airspace. That's how busy it is around here. You have to scan no matter what. And sometimes more than once.
Here's one thing that Phoenix does I thought was cool when I did this because I knew my buddy was upstairs. I scanned. I found a clean channel. Then you can lock that frequency so that nobody else can have it. So that's what I did. So I even texted him like, hey,
selfish.
bro, don't go on 533, 500. I texted him my frequencies.
Yeah.
Like, don't go. And he sent me his. I'm like, all right. Because that happened to me last time I was there too. It was really tough to find a clean one. But once I found a clean one, you can literally lock. Yeah, it's selfish. Yeah. No one else can have it. It's mine. I'd never seen another mic do that before. And I thought that was kind of cool, bro. I thought that was a little, come on.
I wonder if that really works. Wow, you really love the Phoenix. We're going to start calling you a Phoenician. You're just going to go buy a Phoenician. You're going to be Aaron the Phoenician. I love Phoenix products. You're a Phoenician.
I think I just slept on it. It was like this, like the comments are insane. People are like, I use these all the time. Look, I'm skeptical. I told you, when I see a mic for $150.
Yeah. Just scares me, man. I don't think
so. It scares me, man. I'm with you. Like, not for a ceremony or a speech. The embarrassment is not worth it. I will pay. That's why I'll pay thousands of dollars to hand somebody something
ruins the whole day.
I know will work. Yeah,
it ruins my day. Like in my head, it messes
too.
my head up. Like when ceremonies go bad like that, or like the times where I've had like a mic cut out ceremony, like I don't have the same swagger at intros now. I'm just going out there like, hey guys, I'm the guy that fucked up the mic during ceremony. Everybody ready to party?
Yeah,
like. I don't know.
Do you forgive me?
Do you forgive me, or you're not going to dance now?
But I was, it's true, and it's our own heads. I had, I did an intro, in a room where I had to have a separate system. Sometimes that drives me crazy. Where like my main system was in the dance room, and then in the dinner room I have to have something else.
Yeah,
and so
we got those.
I went with E-verse 8, and then I think I just went right out of my Rev 5 into it. Well, anyways,
you did intros with the E-verse 8?
It wasn't big. It was a small room, baby. It was a small little room. But yeah, that was a mistake. So the groom came up and he was like, hey, the mic sounded just a little bit quiet and muffled. And I was like, all right, you got it out. So I brought in another speaker and I set it up and fixed it.
Yeah.
But that in my head all night was like, I can't believe I did that. I got to make it up.
Too small.
And I mixed my fucking ass off. All right, you guys are going to get the best workplace. You're going to get Starships into one more time.
Dude, I seen I can't. I mean, more power for these guys, but like, the amount of fucking TikToks I see of DJs doing that exact thing. If you're playing the edit, there's edits that do it. Okay, if you're playing the edit, whatever. I mean, you know. But these are DJs that are taking that same idea, they're doing it live. You know what I mean? And it's one of those played out. I mean, listen, I have a couple played out word plays. All right, but like, you know, there's only like 2. But like, I came up with. There's only one, I guess I didn't, or those. All the ones that are played out that I do are like parallel thinking. Like I come up with all my own wordplays, and I got like hundreds of other ones. So go fuck yourselves. There's so many fucking comments under that post too on Facebook. It's like, oh yeah, well you fucking do. Like, bitch, I got 300 fucking wordplays. Like, you know what I mean? Where's your fucking wordplays? Like I can comment on something being played out. I feel like I'm qualified at this point. You know what I mean? I got proof. Like, fuckers. But I haven't gone on Facebook yet. Yeah, I have a repertoire, but I haven't gone on Facebook yet because I'm gonna get pissed off. And I was talking to even Steve yesterday about just like, you know, you get comments on your videos and stuff like that. And I told him I have like a hater hour like every month, like once a month, once every 6 weeks. I get so pissed. I just take time out of my day for an hour and I just flame every fucking comment. I'm just sitting there, just like literally feeding into all of it. Like, fuck you. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Oh yeah, bitch. Well, blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And
okay, 8 subscribers. Whatever.
I answer all the fucking hate. And then I feel better. It's my therapy. I don't go to a therapist. I have hater hour and I go to the barber shop. That's it. That's my therapy. If you're in
here and you're ready to go flame on his comment, just get ready. It might sit there. It might cook for a little bit, but he'll come back and get you.
Well, I just had my hater hour a week ago, so we're still like 5 weeks out. So
okay,
yeah,
so
probably 5 weeks out.
Clean the
I'll be up to my wits' end. Yeah, and that's it. That's it. I'm gonna show them.
It's time to go.
My thumbs start moving for an hour.
And I know that was what your concern was. I remember you saying this a year or 2 ago when you're like, I don't want to let my sauce out. You know, I don't want to get my sauce out there because it's obviously going to be copied. And that's the thing of putting it out there is, yes, of course, it's going to be like, oh, that's a good idea. I will copy it, do it at a venue, get crazy looks from people. And, you know, you're kind of stole it, you know, but there's no way to stop that if you put it out there. But if you don't put it out there, then you become, you know what I mean? You become irrelevant.
Well, if you don't put it out there, then, you know, one day you're going to die and all those great ideas you had will die with you. You know what I mean? If you put it out there, you're leaving a little legacy. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, people will copy it, but who gives a shit? Yeah. People always copy. And then honestly, putting it out there obviously helps you, you know, you're showing the experience you provide. So it helps you get booked and all that. It was, Chris Villa told me that a long time ago. That's why I started making TikToks. Chris Villa was like, dude, as an artist, bro, you got to die empty. All right. You got to put all your art out there. We're just going to hold all fucking in your whole life. And then just fucking die, and that's it. And then whoever saw you live barely remembers what you did because they were drunk anyway. That's it.
One guy,
just so a DJ doesn't copy you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That's it. Just that's how you go out. Just so like one DJ doesn't copy you, like you're being stupid. I'm like, all right, you're right. It's a good point.
I mean, it is kind of flattering. I don't know if you take it that way. I mean, you know, you put stuff out there. It is sort of like cool. What you don't want is somebody posting it and like, hey, look what I came up with. And you're like, motherfucker, that was mine.
Yeah,
you know, at least
I don't think any DJs really do that. I mean, they'll like not, you know, most DJs will like give like, hey, you know, inspiration from so-and-so, you know what I mean? And I mean, not for nothing. That's kind of how you learn too, like you know, mimicking and like trying different things out. Like when you want to learn how to play guitar, like how do you learn? You learn covers, right? You learn how to play Nirvana on the guitar. You learn, you know, you're copying other people's. You're not writing your own music from the jump, and then that allows you. You learn all your favorite songs, and then from there you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna come up with my own song. You know, it's the same thing with DJing. You know, when I was starting out, I was copying Four Color Zach word plays and tone plays and copying AM routines and trying to, you know, deconstruct it, like not doing it live. I mean, like in my house, just like deconstructing all these routines and trying to do it perfect and, you know, all the exact cuts and everything. And when I was able to kind of like recreate all these, then it kind of opened up my mind to come up with my own ideas because I understand how the work, you understand, you learn the workflow, you learn like the little tricks and the funkiness of it, you know, and it kind of like, it really helps, you know what I mean? And like I did that for probably the first 10 years when I was really like diving into mixing because, you know, because I came up as like just an MC that taught line dances, you know what I mean? I you know, the mixing shit was later. So
you know what,
so it's cool. So it's flattering.
You know what you'll love? Virtual DJ now has this. Listen. Virtual DJ has this new thing called Stem Swap. Okay? Stem swap.
What does that mean, Aaron? What does that mean?
Okay, well, here's what it means, Nick. All right? It means that you can sample a drum, you can sample a vocal up to 32, 64 bars, whatever you want. Throw it in your sampler, play deck 2, a song, hit that sampler that you sampled from deck 1. It will replace the vocals. So let's say you're doing a vocal swap. So it will take the vocals out automatically of deck 2, put your stem vocal from deck 1 in there, and beat match it at the same time. Nothing? That's pretty great. What are you talking about? So wait, hold on. You can't fucking do that in Serato. You can't do that. You can't. I'm talking about
Yeah, I
live.
can. I can.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
I do it every gig in Serato, right? Just by hand, baby. I stem out the acapella. I echo out the acapella. I bring in the new acapella myself with these hands. Okay,
Covered in
these
blood.
2 hands do it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm tired of these cheats and workarounds all over the place. All these damn cheats and workarounds.
It's not a cheat. It's making it so you can do something amazing. You can pull a drum. So you want to redrum a song? You can do it right there. Redrum it. It'll automatically beat match it. It's not cheating.
I gotta see it.
Okay.
I gotta see it.
All right. That's something though, huh? Come on, Nicholas.
I'm tired of this bloated ass program coming out with new features. Like, can they just? What are they doing?
Just keep it simple.
Just keep it
I
simple.
gotta say, I messed around with DJ Algorithm the other night. Oh my god.
I like that program a lot, man. That is I just like the look of it. I think it's
clean.
so clean. I think
It's so clean.
I mean, the stems are better than Serato's. I can't speak on virtual stems. I mean, I'm sure their stems are really good too, but but yeah, the stems on the, I mean, well, DJ Algorithm has like AI in it, like, you know what I mean? Like the neural mix, like that shit's fucking crazy.
It's great.
The
And then
beat
the
gritting
crossfade
that adjusts.
Oh, dude, you can
Yeah.
like pick a mix. I mean, it's that you want to talk about cheating. However,
That's cheating. Yeah, but
it is cheating,
but it's smooth.
It's smooth as fuck. I tried it out. I was like, okay, let me do that. And it kind of went right into the next one. I was like, oh my God. All I got to do is push the crossfader over. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's kind of. All right. You know, after hour 3.5, you know, I don't get to do hour-long dance sets like you guys in Jersey just sitting around, you know, thumbing your asshole and get an hour set. I got to do 4-hour fucking sets. So by hour 3, I think
That's
I like the
brutal.
idea of just throwing the crossfader over. Getting it done.
Oh, so you're at the finish line and you give up? You
There's
give
only 8
up at the
people there,
finish
Nick.
line?
There's only 8 people. No one wants to dance for
No.
4 hours. They're gone. They're like,
Yeah,
I'm
that
done with
shit's
you.
way too long, man. Like any weddings that have overtime like that, I'm always like, oh my God, why? Like it doesn't make sense. You can't have a 3+ hour dance set without drugs. You know what I mean? You better be supplying drugs to these people. Like that's how they
Yeah,
do it in
cocaine.
Europe.
Right.
Something. I don't know. Whatever's out there. Something.
Dude.
What ecstasy? I don't know. Fuck something. You need drugs.
What are
Like-
what are they doing? Because I put a video out. It kind of went a little viral. I had like 2.56 million views on it was a timeline
Where?
on Instagram.
Where?
Instagram.
Nice, bro. Oh,
Yeah.
congrats. That's fire.
It hit hard, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" All I did was film myself against the wall with a drumstick, and I was like, "Here's the timeline," and it fucking killed.
It's always those videos, bro. It's
I
never
know.
the masterpiece. Like, you know when you edit the masterpiece, you're like, this is fantastic. This is the one. I am
Yeah.
so proud of this video. And you post it, and it's always just,
Thought that.
I'm like,
Yeah.
and then it's the
'Cause
one
afterwards-
that's just like, that one, that's the one you guys like?
I didn't do my hair. I just threw a shirt. I filmed it. I was like, here's what happened. I got a timeline suggestion from a planner, and it was another 4-hour dance. And I was fucking pissed. I'm like, that's it. So I just like set up my camera. I'm like, and I said, for the 1,000th time, here's your goddamn timeline. I'm just like, I'm pissed at the video, like this, and this, motherfuckers, right? And then that went. I was like, I checked my phone, like 10,000 views. Jesus Christ. And then I went back and was like, I woke up the next morning, 250. What the fuck? I look terrible in it. That lighting's bad. So then I'm like, all right. So the next day I'm like, let me recapture that lighting. I used my nice camera. I did myself up. I come up with an idea. I edit it in CapCut. Nothing. You know, a couple thousand. It's always the thing. But I was saying 8:30 to 11, your dance, you know, 2.5 hours, you know, keep it around there.
Yeah.
It was just the idea.
That's solid.
The comments were crazy. They're like, this guy's never been to a Mexican wedding. This guy would never last in Ireland. Like, bro, we go till 4 a.m. We go to 3 a.m. Wedding starts at 12. We don't get done till 6 a.m. I'm dancing till my feet. Like, who the hell?
Yep.
How are they doing? I know in
And
Canada
it's a lot
they
of
have
house
long-
music.
For that long?
Yeah, I mean, to my knowledge, in Europe, yeah, like they do, they'll play regular stuff early on, and then like the last like couple hours, they just transition into like house music, and there's just like a lot of house music came from out there. Like there's such a crazy like club scene out there, and just I don't know. Apparently, I've never been, but this is what I hear, and then like it's just for like
for 4
hours,
But
man.
how are
And
the,
they just
how
yeah,
are the
and
guests who work, have regular jobs? How are they staying without cocaine?
it has to be drugs. It has to be. There's no other explanation. I haven't heard anything that made sense other than drugs. It's gotta
What,
be like
some in the empanadas. What do they got in the empanadas? What do they got in those things?
right. It's in the mashed potatoes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you look at someone like Ireland, like, they don't have good food. They just probably have good drugs. Like, you know what I mean? There's no good Ireland
has to.
food.
Because
There's no good
alcohol
UK
knocks
food. Their food's garbage. No offense, but like,
You don't
what
really
do you
go
guys
to an
got?
Irish pub.
Biscuits or something? But they're not
Fish
really
and
biscuits.
chips.
They're like
fish and chips.
fish and
Maybe
chips.
that's it.
Corned beef.
That's more British. Beef.
Yeah, you know what I
But
mean?
It's like, well, in Ireland they're drinking, but I don't know about you, but after like a couple, like I'm ready to go to bed. That doesn't keep me up. It knocks me
Yeah,
out.
man.
I'm black. I'm browning
Gotta be
out.
drugs. Gotta be. I don't know. It is because some couples get in their head that they're like, yeah, they're excited. They might be excited about, having you as a DJ or whatever. Well, that's just your standard time out there. Let's say me, they're excited, whatever, and they're like, we're gonna extend it. We're gonna have an extra hour that we have more dance and everything else. I'm like, no.
Yeah, no.
Please, no, don't do it. It's okay.
Leave 'em one
It's
more.
okay.
No, we're good.
And-
Let them feel like
and then
one more
after
song.
parties.
Yeah.
That's a thing now, like been a thing in Jersey. Like we'll have after party. But to me, if you have an after party, you should have a separate entertainment for that after party, right? Because like I swear to God, every single time I go to do an after party, I just close my laptop, I unplug it, Santi does the rest, right? And then I run and I go right into the after party room. I plug in my laptop on the other setup and I start playing. And then the guests start coming in, and I just watch their faces as they're coming in. They're like, "Oh, fucking this guy again? I thought there would be someone else.
Yeah.
The same guy." He just
Yeah.
or is there two of them?
Hey,
Is
what's
the
up,
same
everybody?
guy?
It's me. Yeah.
I'm like, no,
Nick.
like I'm gonna play curse words here though. Look, there's gonna be
Yeah.
curse words at this one though. It's different.
Oh, he took his
But
tie
it's just
off.
like-
Oh my God. Well, we're in for a new treat. His tie's off,
Like-
everybody.
right? So, some after parties are fun, but like a lot of them are just like I don't know. It's just people are hanging out, and I'm kind of just playing background, and then like just random shit. I don't know. It's fucking weird. I just don't push it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These people don't put. I had a 3.5 hour reception at my wedding. I had an 1.5 hour cocktail hour and a 3.5 hour reception. You got more booze during the cocktail hour. Dinner was stations, right?
Nice.
That way it was just quick. People ate, and then we had a solid like 2.5 hour dance set at the end, and that was it. Straight through, bang to the point. We had an after party with a different DJ, but it was more just vibes, blackout, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? And just like quick. Don't, because you want to have a good ending. You know what I mean? Like people get tired, everything, they leave, and then you end up with 15. It just sucks,
It sucks. And 60% of the guests are over 20, are over 30. I think, you got your parents inviting their friends. I do a quick scan. I'm like, all right, what do I got here? What do I got? I'm like, I got over 40s here. Their regular routine is in bed by 9, 10 o'clock. They're not, and they got to get home to the kids or whatever. So like dragging these evenings on for forever. I think, and I try to tell my couples that when they're like, no, but we love to dance. I'm like, well, if you love to dance, then don't dance for 4 hours. Something being long doesn't mean it's good. In fact, you're actually putting a death sentence on your party by doing this. Because if I tell your guests we're starting at 7 but we're going to midnight, they're gonna be like, fuck that. When's the shuttle coming? Like I'm not staying till midnight. Jesus Christ. How do we get out of here? I feel like a hostage.
I mean, think about anything you like to do. Like, how many things do you like to do that you're down to do for 3-4 hours straight? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I would say DJ. I've DJed on Twitch that long, but that's still pretty long. Obviously we've all DJed that long, but like, how many things? You know what I mean? Like, the couple has hobbies. Like, do you do anything for 3-4 hours straight? How many things are people willing to do for 3 to 4 hours straight? You drive 3 to 4 hours straight. You need to stop at a rest stop and piss or something. Like, get gas. Like, that sucks. Like,
Or
doing
how about
anything for
moving?
3-4 hours straight
Do
sucks.
this. Do this for
Just
4 hours at a
3-4 hours straight.
log, big volume, hot, loud. Let's see how you hold up.
You got to have a lot of people. So that way there could be a flow. So people dance for 30 minutes, go chill for 30 minutes, come back and dance for 30 minutes. Like, there's got to be a ton of people. If it's a small crowd, forget about it.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to.
Or if they're not
so you're
cycling.
going to have to. because there's not going to be not enough
Yeah.
people to cycle through. You know what I mean? Like,
Or only
it's
one group's
just,
dancing. When I look and like the old timers aren't even coming out, I'm like, oh, so I just gotta get these guys. I gotta keep them out here for 2.5. I hope there's drugs because they need a break. They need a
Yep.
break.
It's not easy. It's just not easy being a DJ. Look at us complaining with these first world problems, or whatever they call them.
That's the fun of the channel, Nick. I had somebody write out under my comments like, I would like you more if you didn't rant so much. I'm like, bro, that's the whole point of this. This is
Yeah, it's
what
my
are you
therapy.
talking about? This is it.
Yeah.
This is why you're here.
Yeah. I'll let it all out.
That's why you're
This
here.
is my journal. This is my YouTube journal.
That's why I don't have to pay for therapy. Let's go. Come on in. Speaking of, let's get to 75 likes, everybody. So 64 is unacceptable with 108 people here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Are you Nick? I'm gonna ask the question everyone's wondering. 2025. Were you thinking about coming back, bringing the show? I liked all the content coming out. It's fun. I like seeing all the produced stuff. It takes more work, but
Yeah.
what are you thinking?
Nah, not right now. I mean, one day
Yeah.
maybe. When I'm really liking where I'm at right now. I'm kind of putting a lot into these new videos, and I got a big one coming out I'm working on all day today from my last weekend, just vlogging the whole thing and whatnot. And, I'm trying to build that way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like produce like some really good, like updated tutorials and just all kinds of different things. I have so many ideas. When I bring the show back, if I ever bring the show back, I'm going to move into a bigger house eventually, and I'm going to make a whole studio, and it's going to be like a whole thing, and like all the interviews will still be live, and I want to do it better. I'm not going to bring it back just like right here like I used to do it. And all right, sorry, I took a break, I'm back. Like when I bring it back, it's going to be like a whole nother thing, and that's going to take me a little while to like get to where, so in the meantime, I'm just going to try and, I've been doing at least once a week, really trying to do really informative videos, like detailed shit. I'm trying to produce them really well. And
Dude, that Q
like,
point one popped. Holy shit, that Q point one you put out,
did.
I was like, that one really popped. Did you expect
yeah,
that?
it went pretty good. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Dude. Not at all. So, you know what I mean?
I
That's
guess what
another one. It's
people-
just like,
Yeah, what people don't know is that the live streams don't bring in lots of revenue or growth or what. Like they get you views and they get your watch hours up. But I would say I just got another dislike. But I would say it doesn't compared to produced videos. That's where you get your the subscribers growing up and stuff like that.
well, they're more useful. That's why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's at the end of the day too. Like I was covering a lot of stuff on my show that like I didn't really do it justice. Like I feel like because you have to like just watch me say it live, and like I'm certain aspects I'm taking the long way to explain. Like when I'm producing these videos, I'm recording it, I'm looking back, I'm kind of okay. You know what? I can cut this out. I can make it because I want my videos when I'm teaching something or showing something. I want it to be as easy as possible to understand and learn, and no bullshit, cutting out the fluff and all that. And like I wasn't really doing it justice on the show. You know what I mean? Like the show was fun for like fucking around in the chat and like, and I had a lot of, really fun segments I was really proud of and all that. But like, but I don't know, I'm kind of focusing on like really good educational content right now, like really good evergreen, like shit that'll be relevant 5 years from now, like content. Like, I want to get to that 100K on YouTube. Like that's like my big goal. Get that fucking plaque. And then,
Is that the first plaque? Is it it's 100, right? It's 100.
It's 100, yeah. 100, then 1 million, then 10 million, then 25 million. And then yeah, when I can do a live stream again, but it's like a whole nother ball game, like literally like crazy. I definitely will bring it back, but it's got to be a whole nother ball game. It's not going to be.
James here said, and I agree with him. I think gig logs are dead. No one is doing them anymore, and the views are way down.
No one's doing them like me though. Wait till you see
You got
what
one
this
coming
shit
out?
is. Yeah,
Okay.
I got one coming out this week. I don't do a lot of them, but I mean, not for nothing. Gig log's my biggest video on YouTube. The only video I ever had go viral on YouTube is just a gig log from one of my weddings. And this past weekend, I had a wedding, then a club, then I did this huge party in Dallas. And I kind of like it's like a behind the scenes kind of thing. Explain, everything, like what happened, the good, the bad, the ugly. How I prepped all that shit. And I think it's interesting. And like the way I'm doing it.
I love that idea of having the mix of different events where you're doing like what you said. It's like, hey, here, life on the road. Here, I think the problem with gig logs, they probably have felt a little stale. I mean, like I think everyone that starts a channel will do one, and it's like, here's me driving, here's me setting up, here's what I got, here's some dance footage, here's what happened, right?
Exactly.
So there's a formula to it, but I think you're right. They're vlogging it more like, hey, here's a wedding, but here's a club I did, and then here's this event. that adds some excitement to be like, oh, well, what the different spaces and how you handle the different things and the different setups, and you're changing the visuals. You know, that's keeping it a little bit more interesting. Is that what you're thinking? Is like, now I have these, because you're not just doing weddings, I have these different spaces to sort of talk about how I approach these different, events. Can make it a little bit more interesting to watch.
Exactly. And what I played, how I handled it, how I prepped, how, the different setups I played on, and like all the little, all that stuff I think is like matter. And that's why I don't gig log every weekend, like every wedding, like a lot of the weddings can kind of blend together and it's just another wedding, yada, yada, yada. Like how many times, that's where I think it gets stale. Like how many times can you vlog a wedding, vlog a wedding, vlog a wedding? I try and, if I'm going to vlog, it's got to be like a unique weekend I'm having or a unique gig I'm having. And I thought the weekend in general was pretty unique for me. And, it was 3 completely different gigs. The wedding, I had problems at the wedding too. Like the wedding, like the first dance set, I invited everybody, no one went on the dance floor. Tried to recover, like, you know what I mean? And I have all that in the vlog. Like I literally like shit the bed the first dance set, like not shit, but no one fucking came out. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And you see it, like, so all that stuff, and you kind of just see, I think it's interesting. I don't know, but again, every time I think a video is good, it fucking bombs. So maybe he's right. We'll see.
There's no rhyme or reason, bro.
But
every time you think
I'm having fun making it.
The only one that knows how to do this shit is Mr. Beast. He's the only one that figured out how to do it, but he's getting fucking Cristiano Ronaldo. Did you see that video he put out with all? I thought that was, oh insane. My God, that was fucking insane. Like Tom Brady was in the video. Are you kidding me? It's not
he's
fair.
Just another level.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he works really hard. He knows he's got a great formula, and then like he just constantly just reinvests his money. Like the dude's not like, you don't see him driving Lamborghinis and buying big houses. Like I guarantee you, he lives very modestly, and then when he buys a Lamborghini, it's destroyed on the next video. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like he's just reinvesting all the bajillions of dollars he's making, and it's just going bigger and bigger and bigger. He's got this thing on Amazon Prime coming out. Like,
I'm excited for that.
He's doing it right, man.
Did you see? Did you see YouTube is now allowing you to dub your videos? Did you know that? You need to go back. So go back all your big videos. You can now have. So I have them set to Italian. So when you're watching, there's an Italian. It's like dubbed. It's literally dubbed. Spanish, Italian.
Not just subtitles, but actually like vocals.
A voice.
That's cool.
It turns your video. And so I went back and hit like my big videos and set them to like Spanish, Italian, French, German. It's funny. It'll give you a preview, so you listen to it. Like, so you're talking like like it'll do.
That's crazy. Yeah. I want to hear myself in German. That's got to be aggressive, bro. That's gonna, I got to be just barking, like fucking. I'm yelling in English, let alone German, man. That language is crazy. They're always yelling.
Always yelling.
Like
it sounds like
eins, zwei, drei.
It's like, so angry.
The way they talk, the way they count is crazy. Like,
even when the girls are talking, it still sounds aggressive. Like, und. All right. Sorry. Jesus Christ.
that language comes with high blood pressure.
Instantly. All right, bro. Hey, let's wrap up here, man. Thanks for coming on.
No, yeah. I'm going to go edit.
Yeah, thanks. Everyone say thanks for Nick for jumping on. This was a nice little surprise and a nice little hang.
Big hello to the Chest Hairs fan club. What's up, everybody? Hi.
I'll send you over a little mug. Get you, since you coined the phrase.
Yeah, mail me a mug. I'm in the club. I got the Chest Hairs. I'm in the damn club. All right.
Let's get that. Hey, bro.
I'm in the club. There we go.
Have you ever done True Classic? Have you ever done a True Classic shirt?
Oh yeah. Actually, that's what I wear. Yeah, I like. I get the ad got me on Instagram. Sick. Great for dad bods. I'm like, I'm listening. What's good for dad bods? I'm listening.
Hide the belly, hug the arms. They opened a brick and mortar.
Yep, exactly.
They opened a brick and mortar here at MOA, Mall of America, and I walked in.
No way.
I tried one shirt. I'm like, I look fucking amazing. So I bought the lot. I got like every color. I got the pants. I got the hoodies.
Look at you.
It's all good. All right. I hope to see you soon, man. It'd be cool to bump into you either at, I know you're not going to NAMM, but what's else? What's the next one is, the Midwest DJ Live. Are you going to come out to that one?
No, man, I won't be there unless they hire me to come out there or something. I'll definitely be at DJX and AC for sure. And then I don't know, maybe one other wild card somewhere if it makes sense. I don't know. I'll be in touch with you. Okay. Text me anytime, bro.
All right, man. I'll let you go, and we'll say bye to everybody else. Thanks for being on the show, everybody. Here's my goodbye
sir.
music. What did we learn today? Well, we learned all about the new EV 18-inch sub. We learned that Aaron ate ball steak. Okay, don't eat from the venue when you shit all over them. We learned that I probably have a lawsuit coming my way, right? And we learned that Nick fucking hates starships and One More Time. Thanks for being on the show, everybody. Go fuck yourself.